my name is Bob Schwartz. I'm a real estate broker with over 30 years of residential real estate experience. And what you're looking at here is my blog site. It's a very popular blog. It's called brokerforyou.com, and the address is here on the screen if you want to check it out, which I highly suggest. It's January '09 now, and a lot of people in the industry are doing the standard, and that's proclaiming that this is the year of the turnaround. And it very well might be. All I'm saying is get a second opinion before you invest a lot of money. In the stock market, there's a saying: after the market has taken a big dive, people jump in, and it's called catching a falling sword. If you're right, that's fine. If you're not, you're going to get your hand sliced off. Now let's just think about what may not happen, and we may not have a turnaround this year. Let's say the average home in San Diego is running around $500,000. Well, there's a distinct possibility that it can drop another 10 or 20%. If it drops 20%, that's $100,000 loss in a year. So even though if your down payment and today's low interest rates around 5%, your payment, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, although probably higher than what you'd pay for comparable renting, after taxes may be close to what you can rent, or actually a little better than what you can rent. But what people forget is there's closing costs to purchase as well as closing costs to sell a property, and you have to keep in mind that this may not be a turnaround. And even if it is a turnaround, this market is not going to have a V bottom. People have been seriously damaged here, and it's going to take years to recover. So be skeptical is what I'm saying here. And I'd also suggest that you take a look. You can go back, and this is the current post. If you go down here, you'll see some of the different posts on my blog. And if you go over here, this is older entries. And if you click that and you keep going back, you'll be able to go back in time and see some of my prior entries. Well, what I'm suggesting is that you go back to December 30th of '08, and here's what I wrote then about my San Diego real estate predictions for '09, and it's called Watch Out for the Bull. And I'd suggest you take a look at some prior predictions, and I plotted them on the Case-Shiller composite 20-city and 10-city housing value index here on when these predictions were made. And I made a prediction here. I actually wrote and published an article, and you can view it online, so you can see that dates haven't been changed, but it was November 17th, '05, and I pretty much said in that article that here's a trend about to go national, and I was talking about dropping housing prices. One of our local radio and TV commentators made a opinion around the same time in '05, said that if the media would just shut up, housing prices wouldn't fall. And that occurred right around here, and here you can see the big drop. Now this is the Case-Shiller 20 and 10 city composite. Actually, San Diego, because it's in the top of the bubble cities, was much worse than this decline over here. And here you can see what the at that time chief economist for the National Association of Realtors said in March 7th, '08. People think the market is down and the market will still go down. That's not the truth. The market is down, but it's not going down anymore. And then he said, I think it's because consumers focus on national news and not enough on local news. And he said that right about over here on this. So anyway, my advice to all those interested in buying, I don't believe there's a rush to jump into this market. I don't believe it will be a V-shaped bottom at all. And I believe caution is something that should be exercised here. Get yourself a couple of opinions before making your decision to buy. I would say get an opinion from an unbiased source, probably not a realtor, and from your CPA or accountant. and also take a look at the market very carefully. The bottom line, it's going to be your own decision. So take in a couple of different credible news sources and decide for yourself whether it's a time to buy or not. Now, the unknown factor here is that Obama is going to be putting in some incentives to recover this economy, and those incentives, hopefully, a good portion of those will be going toward real estate. With that unknown factor, it very possibly could make a bottom for this market this year. But again, real estate is not going to be a V bottom no matter what. So if you exercise caution here, you may miss the true bottom, but you'll be able to sleep better at night. Appreciate you listening.